Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the PulseX 1 year price prediction, right? And in this video, we're going to talk about what's the worst case that can happen and what's the best case that can happen this year. In fact, just a side note, guys, I think this is actually a really good year to launch new projects. So let's get into the video. So let's start off with Hex. As always, the reason why we always start off with Hex is because this is a Richard Hart project. And if we can understand the timeline, the technical analysis and fundamental data behind this first project, we can use this to determine the success rate. We can use this as a better measuring stick to assess where PulseX and even PulseChain could potentially go. So that's the reason why we always look at the Hex chart. So let's go back to the PulseX website. For some reason, we are not seeing the dollar updates anymore. But this is one of the biggest sacrifices in the crypto history, which is not being spoken about across the board. But I'm sure once we see PulseX really take off when it's available to all, that's when we're really going to see maybe the Hex community and PulseX, PulseChain really take the crypto market by storm. So let's start off with the worst case scenario. So as you guys are aware, we're currently in choppy waters, right? We had the invasion of Russia invading Ukraine. This sent shockwaves through the market, causing the crypto market to move pretty much to the downside, right? But it looks like from March, we're about to see the market take off. I've actually got bets on this. I think the market is going to take off, which is good news for the overall cryptocurrency market, because as you guys saw last year, projects that weren't even good, had little to no value, still did 100x, still, went to the moon, etc., right? But as you saw, once we entered the bear market, or the quote unquote a major pullback, then we saw these projects go pretty much back to their entry point. So PulseX, worst case scenario, if we do not pick up, the market does not pick up, no matter how good this project is, you will see price stagnate. Pretty much what we're seeing here. And this could happen until we enter a bull cycle again. So do keep that in mind. Yes, we could potentially see price go up maybe 100%, even 200% or so, and then start to range. But of course, in terms of, major game, 1000x gains, even 100x gains, unfortunately, if the market is not performing, then of course, PulseX will not perform either. And as you guys can see, it literally took from 2019 to 2020. So 2020 is where Hex started to take off. 2021 is where Hex really started to take off alongside the overall market. As you guys can see here, took off, hit an all-time high of 0.48 cents, and then of course we saw the major pullback, right? So that's exactly what will happen with PulseX if the market doesn't perform. Now let's say best case scenario, right? And as I believe the market is going to take off and the market starts to take off, then we are going to see coins, irrespective of its functionality, irrespective of its real value, we could see it pump, right? We could see price pump. Now, depending on the market at the time, we can either see 100x, 1000x, etc. And that's hopefully what should happen. So we want to see this project be live, hopefully, before this market move occurs, right? That's best case scenario. We don't want to launch at the end of the bull cycle, or we do not want to launch when essentially the market's already flooded with money. We want to launch just, prior to the pump. So hopefully around end of March, April, April will be perfect for this project to launch, and then we should see the market move to the upside. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. I just wanted to make that clear because, of course, there's a lot of price predictions going around. But you have to understand that this project taking off is solely dependent on the overall market at the time, right? So do keep that in mind. And again, hopefully we do see the bull cycle continue. Again, I've got bets that it will. But yeah, let's see what happens next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember, guys, something that you see in this video is financial advice. So always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description, and join a Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much more. With that being said, guys, see you today and stay up to date with all our next PulseX video, one coming after this.